Louisiana versus all y'all here with Casey Cain today, Warren Easton, star wide receiver, and now as of just a few days ago, University of Texas commitment. Casey, man, congrats and thanks for visiting with me a little bit. How's everything been going?
Uh, Thanks for having me. Everything's been going pretty good.
I know it's been a really weird stretch for really everybody across the country, and for those of you that are preparing for your senior years of high school, just kind of finishing up junior year, this is such a huge time for recruiting purposes where usually we're all over the country on 7-on-7 trips and at camps, and you're getting a chance to go visit schools and coaches are coming by to visit you guys. For you, what did kind of the wind down of that sort of stuff look like? Because obviously you felt strong enough about Texas to make a decision. What did some of the recruiting aspect look like for you leading up to that, both with the Longhorns and other coaches and the communication you were able to have?
You said what led up to that?
Yeah, what did the recruiting process look like for you for these last month or so, whether it be the Texas communication or other schools? How did you kind of manage the recruiting stuff under these weird circumstances where you're kind of stuck at home?
Well, Texas, they found a way to bring the visit to me with the whole staff on board. And like they showed me, they presented everything they have like on display, and it was really nice. And I like the coaches, and I like Coach Yursic's offense. So that all of that came in and made my decision a little bit easier before I visited. And there's no telling when it's actually going to be safe to actually fly anywhere. So yeah, that's what pretty much helped me make my decision early.
You haven't had a chance to get to Austin yet, not even necessarily football stuff. You haven't had a chance to go visit the city before.
Mm-mm.
It's a pretty good place. I feel like you'll probably enjoy it. But in terms of some of those football aspects that you mentioned and really enjoying the offense that the Longhorns run and kind of seeing yourself in it, I know that's something that you've talked a lot about recently. But what do you feel like that fit is like? What do you feel like you bring to the table, and how do you see yourself kind of developing into the role that they have kind of laid out for you?
I feel like I fit in because I'm a great deep threat, and I can win one-on-one matchups and create mismatches for a defense. So when they focus on me, it's going to leave others open and give others opportunities. So it should be good.
How crazy is it for you to be at this point, because you were the young guy? I mean, just even a year ago, all of this was kind of starting. A couple of years ago, you were really kind of the babyface young guy coming up behind some of these other stars at Easton and other stars at the bootleggers. And now you're one of the highest ranked players in the state of Louisiana going into your senior year. Has all of that fully hit you yet? How crazy is it to have these last couple of years of growth and be where you're at now, kind of at this stage?
Yeah, it kind of did when people started like knowing who I am, and I didn't know who they were. Like your name really gets far when recruiting, but I think I should be higher in the state and nation. That's just my opinion.
You kind of talked about it some with the fit you mentioned for Texas, but in terms of where your game is at right now and what you think makes you that guy that you see certainly and so many around you and obviously Texas see, what if you're kind of describing somebody, Casey Cain, the football player, what are the things that you think set you apart from the next guy up?
Not the fastest or the strongest, so I focus on really my ability to get open. So my route running, I'm very quick to be this tall, and I know like I can tell you what a DB is gonna do before they do it. So it helps me get open and when to use certain techniques and certain tactics to get open.
What do you attribute some of that stuff to? in terms of particularly, I guess, the route running, that's such a technical skill, and then that level of anticipation against a defensive back. How much of that is different drills and time that you've run through the years? How much of that is just kind of a natural sense and a natural anticipation? Just what has kind of the process been like for you to build those aspects of your toolkit?
It comes with like being a student of the game. So like the more you watch football, the more you watch these DVs, the more you see them. Like some of them like start to see a pattern. Some of them do the same thing in and out their breaks when they're going to jam. And it kind of helps. Like it helps very well because even if you're not a good route runner or you're not the fastest or the strongest, you can get open.
How much has having had the opportunity to work against and with some of the guys that you've worked with helped too? Because over there where you guys are, I mean, for the last couple of years, you're battling against Chester and Dillon and Smalls, and I mean, just on down the line every day in practice. What is kind of the preparation look like in terms of how much work you guys get against each other over there at Easton through the years?
And it was like the level of competition and intensity was like crazy during practice. So like we would really be going at it. Like you would think we hate each other the way we used to go at it. And like, but at the end of the day, we were just here to get each other better. So that's what we had to do.
Have you heard much from any of those guys, whether it be even, some of the guys that are still there finishing up, like Ashad and Sed and company, or any of the older guys, the guys we mentioned, or Lance, or I mean, shoot, the list goes on so much, but just some of the older guys that have been some of the ones in classes ahead of you. Have you heard from them in the past week and just kind of reactions? I mean, shoot, you're going to be seeing Ashad every year in the Big 12.
Yeah. Most of them told me congrats. They'll just be hanging around and we'll see them at a park and we don't play football or something. So yeah, they've been sticking around.
So what's up next? Obviously there's a lot of uncertainty right now. Hopefully the Easton team and all the teams around Louisiana are able to get back together here in just a couple weeks. Still a lot of uncertainty with when visits are going to kind of open back up and stuff like that. What's kind of your mindset moving forward as we ease into the summer and hopefully get back closer to normal?
Next we gotta focus on like putting this team together since we lost 3 months of preparation. So we gotta get that back and really been trying to focus on like myself, getting myself better too, along with my other receivers. So that's gonna be something we gotta do for the next couple months leading into football season.
Do you have specific areas for you individually that you kind of have in mind that you're hoping to continue to fine tune, or is it more kind of just little stuff across the board?
This year I'm gonna focus on getting bigger and faster this year.
Nice. And as a team with where you guys have been and as close as you've been in recent years, now you growing into a member of that next senior class that's trying to do the things that y'all have been trying to do, what is kind of the mindset for where the program is and what that role looks like for this 2021 class?
The mindset basically is championship or bust now, because we've been there 2 years in a row, came up short, so anything less than a championship isn't really worth anything.
I don't remember if you were in the post-game room for that, but when Coach Phillips talked about, you guys had just had this great year but came up short at the end, and as much as that year had meant, if you're not winning the championship, that wasn't the goal. When you hear that kind of mindset from the top, what has been kind of the culture that has been continued to build at the program, and just if you could speak a little bit more to that mentality, because I think for folks outside of y'all, some of them it kind of caught them off guard to hear such a great season, be like, well, we didn't win the championship, and felt like it was kind of harsh. But I know that's kind of a mindset that all of y'all carry, really. How would you describe that and the way that y'all carry yourselves with that?
Well, we basically piggyback off his mindset. So that's what he preached. And it kind of makes sense because you do all this in a season, and the last game to prove that you're the best, you come up short. So we're not the best technically. So why not prove it? Like, why not be the best? So that's why we speak so highly of championships.
Ready to go get it done senior year?
I'm ready.
Good deal, man. Casey, again, appreciate you, and congrats to you and the fam on the commitment. I know it's really exciting.
Thank you so much.
He's Casey Cain. I'm Jarrett Rosen for Louisiana Universal, y'all. Thank you.